Paperchase, Kemcho. We are incredibly lucky to work with some of the world's most celebrated restaurants and their impressive leadership teams. But those executives are also very lucky to work with you. You make a massive difference to their operations. Being across the world, you might not always see your impact, but you know the reality. This is a penny business. Margins are razor thin, and every untracked expense compounds over time. Tonight, I've invited guests who represent the many clients our teams support. I'd like to introduce you to Ganan Kanakaturi. He is the CEO of Roti King, a critically acclaimed Malaysian restaurant group with lines out the door in London. He has an impressive background. At just 29, he became an executive finance director for Disney. A few years later, he served as the CFO of Tesco. That's like D-Mart. And then he became the CEO to a 90-location fast casual group. I also have the honor of introducing you to Chris Wolf and Donald Doan. They are franchisee owners of Gellert Hospitality Group. It is the largest Five Guys franchisee in the world. Donald likes to say that most people see the big numbers in restaurants, the long lines and millions of dollars in sales, and they think that restaurants are built on those dollars. But the truth is, they are built on the pennies that you all reconcile every single day. I'm excited for you to hear from them directly. These are the leaders who you support every single day and who rest easier because you have their backs. Please join me in putting your hands together for Ganan, Donald, and Chris. All right. Ganan, you are a trained accountant, but you've also been a leader at at the largest companies in the world. So you know what good financial operations looks like from the inside. Now, as a restaurant executive, what do you actually need from your financial operations partner? What matters the most?
Well, firstly, I'd like to say namaste, salam, sastrikal. It's a real pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for having me. I feel really honored to be here. In terms of finance, business operations, as you heard from the introduction, I've worked at some very, very large companies and now at some very small companies, and the theme is the same across all those businesses. Numbers and maths is obviously very much a science. We get taught the science at school. I see maths and numbers very much as an art, and it's how you read the story behind the numbers, which for me is the most important part. There's the obvious, making sure the numbers are accurate, timely, complete. All that stuff is obvious. You guys do that really well every day. But the real beauty of numbers is the ability, and the best finance professionals and the best teams have the ability to read the story behind the numbers. What are the numbers telling you? What's the direction? How do you forecast into the future and predict? These are the stories behind the numbers, and for me, that's the real skill and the real art, and I really value finance people from CFOs all the way down who can understand the art of maths and art of numbers.
It's that analysis and advising. Chris and Donald, you guys are managing the largest Five Guys franchisee in the whole world. So tell me, what is a non-negotiable for you when it comes to financial operations?
Yeah, I can start first if you want me to. First, again, thank you for inviting us. Namaste. I heard we're the first U.S. customers to make the trip over, so thank you for all the hospitality, and I never realized what a talented group this is. Not only can you guys crunch numbers, but you guys can sing and dance. So just humbled to be here today. As Caroline asked, what's a non-negotiable? I think the first thing to me is that the numbers have to be, clear and accurate. And then secondly, and more importantly, the numbers have to be, in the system with integrity. And so we have over 2,000 employees. I would say 98% of those employees do the right thing. But it's the 2% that you gotta, look out for that will try to get a, unfair advantage. And I was in the office, on Friday with the team, and they pulled some numbers for me, and they're like, "Look, Donald, they're putting in this this bucket that they were not supposed to put it in, and they caught it for us. You guys caught it for us, so thank you. The integrity of the numbers is so critical."
I would be remiss not to mention the third member of the Gellert Hospitality Group is with us here tonight. Nolan Barter is in the audience. He is the group controller for Five Guys. He started with Five Guys at Gellert Hospitality Group with Chris and Donald's first location. He was the GM. Through 17 years of hard work, he worked his way up to become the group controller, managing 107 locations.
Stand up, Nolan. There you go.
That's the story of dedication, of perseverance, and of deep expert knowledge that I see in so many of you here. So tell me, what was managing your finances like before Paperchase? And how has having Paperchase on the team to support Nolan and the rest of your finance team helped you guys?
Yeah, I can speak to that a little bit. And to echo what these guys said, I'd first just like to thank everyone for having us. This has been an unbelievable experience so far. I see so many similarities between our company and what I see here in Paperchase. Just the pride you guys have in what you do and the company you work for is inspiring, and really just blessed to be here. So thank you. We've had quite a roller coaster ride as far as how our financials were done previously. It started with me in the back office of the Five Guys, really learning on the fly. And, I think that helped me a ton, and that I now understand what I'm looking at, can have more intelligent conversations with the team. That team eventually became Nolan, and he really grew into the position that he has now. But as we grew, we've almost quadrupled our size in a couple years. And the reality is Nolan and his team were getting stretched thin, and we needed help. And, we were blessed to be introduced to Paperchase through another Five Guys franchisee. And I know I can speak for Nolan and his team. The efficiency that now those reconciliations and inputs are taking place is next level, and it really allows Nolan and his team and us to focus on the things that are going to drive that future growth, and we can do so with confidence because we know we're getting that accuracy and everything's correct. So it's really been a game changer for us.
Mayor and Team Manhattan really have made an impact in being able to free you guys up and allow you to focus on scaling and growth and making sure that each store is managed correctly, and you're ensuring that you're growing profitability every day. That's incredible.
Yeah, and before Nolan became the controller, we had another controller, and she was retiring. And I spoke to her right before she retired, because as she was retiring, Paperchase was coming in to assist us. And I quote our former controller, Marissa, but she said that it was so imperative that Paperchase came at such a critical moment in our growth era that we just didn't have the expertise or the bandwidth to be able to grow to over 100 stores, but you guys really allowed us to do so, so thank you very much.
Ganon, can you tell me about something that Ankit, Preeti, and Team Pino, your Paperchase team, do that's maybe small or maybe behind the scenes that brings a lot of impact, maybe more value than people might even realize?
Yeah, sure. I mean, one, as we've talked about, just the opportunity cost of time is so valuable for us. We could be spending our time in the numbers, understanding the whys and the whats of the numbers, but the fact that they just take all of that time off us allows us to do other things, valuable things in the UK, property, growth, strategy, marketing, all that kind of stuff. So that's the obvious stuff in terms of time. But their love and care for the business and their ability to give me accurate and timely information, I'm sure they don't really appreciate the impact, being in different countries, sitting in the office. They probably don't see the impact of the quality and the timeliness of the numbers that they give us. We make big decisions, obviously, in terms of capital investment into stores, into going into new countries. And we can't do that without, one, the numbers, but the trust and the faith that we have in the quality of the numbers. And that's really, really important to us. So when we make the big decisions, it looks like we're making them, the leaders and the owners. And often the big guys get all the credit and the little guys don't. But I just want you guys to know that we can't make those decisions. And we often make some very good decisions. We make some bad ones too. But we make some really good decisions off the back of your insight, off the knowledge and off the numbers. So lots and lots of small things, lots and lots of hard work, lots and lots of entries, all allow us to see the bigger picture and make big, meaningful change to our business, not just for the top line and the sales, but also for our people. For our restaurant people, for pay and for salaries and all the different people that you touch and impact in the UK. All of that little work and the late hours and all the shouting that I do to you over Teams, all that stuff, it's really, really appreciated, and it allows us to make big, confident decisions back in the UK.
Paperchase's accuracy and diligence allows you to confidently move into new territories, scale up your locations, and be able to make the right decisions that will impact not just this business, but so many people who you employ. It's amazing. Quick final question for each of you. What is one thing that you'd want the Paperchase team to know about how their work impacts your business?
Yeah, I could start. I think I can give you like two quick examples. One, when I mentioned when Paperchase first came on, our controller was retiring, and at that moment we found out that we were double paying in state sales tax. So delivery became really big at Five Guys. Our third-party delivery was collecting sales tax and reporting it, and we were also paying sales tax on top of it. And it just became a mess. And Paperchase came in, they were able to sort everything out, reconcile all the accounts, and I think in 2023, you guys helped us get a credit of $30,000 from the government. And in 2024, you helped us get $420,000 back, so thank you very much. And then a quick second example is, I was on Friday playing around with our financial statements. Our financial statements are formatted in a way that it's easily readable to the human mind, but not great for analysis. So if you want to slice and dice the information, it's not organized well enough for that. Or if you want to load it into AI to do some additional analysis, it's not formatted correctly. So I talked to our team here, and within 24 hours, they wrote a macro to format that Excel spreadsheet for me. So thank you very much, guys. Very helpful.
From my viewpoint, I think the bit I want you to take away from my visit here and this time here is not to underestimate the impact that you guys have, as I said before, on the lives of my teams and my senior leadership team. Just the fact that, even the payroll team, Maulik and his payroll team, and Preeti and the team that do all the accounts, things that we take for granted, paying people on time, people in the restaurant industry, as we said, it's a hard life, it's difficult. They're often on minimum wage, they live hand to mouth. Just the fact that you guys are so effortlessly able to pay people accurately and pay them on time. It may feel like a small thing, but don't underestimate the impact that that has and the people that you touch and their lives. Just keep doing that. Keep focusing on all of that stuff. It's really, really important. And also don't forget, again, all the numbers and all the stuff that you guys do and all the support you give us. Every time we open a new restaurant, we open 4 or 5 a year. And that's small change for you guys, but it's big stuff for us. We open 4 or 5 shops a year. That's 100 new jobs that we have created in the economy. Those are jobs that didn't exist. Those are people, those are families, those are kids, and that's all down to you. You know, all of the work that you do to support us allows us to do this. We're opening a restaurant in Dubai very soon, hopefully, if I can pull it off. Again, that's a new country, that's new jobs, that's new economic wealth. All the work that you do behind the scenes, in your little cubicles, in your office, please understand that you have global impact to all our businesses and you touch so many people around the world. And that's the bit I want to leave you with for you guys to understand. I hope you really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, mine may sound similar, but you know, in the last just 2 years, I think we've acquired nearly 50 restaurants through probably, right? 50, 60 restaurants through various acquisitions. And it's a stressful situation. It involves often millions of dollars, and it starts with understanding our own numbers and what we think we should be getting out of a successful Five Guys restaurant, that then looking at those that we're considering purchasing and comparing those and looking at what we feel is the opportunity. And that begins with trusting that we have numbers that are meaningful and we can be confident are telling the correct story, and then translating into a very important decision that we take extremely seriously, because to their point, every one of those decisions means more jobs. It means keeping that momentum within our company so we continue to provide opportunity and allow growth for a Nolan to go from GM to here in India with us and having this amazing opportunity. That's the greatest reward in this business now, and we can't do that unless we're making the right decisions, which are all predicated on the work you guys are doing in providing those numbers and telling us the story of what we're currently doing and looking out into those opportunities. So we really just can't thank you guys enough. We plan to keep growing and making those difficult decisions and, riding the work you guys are doing to hopefully grow together. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. It is such an honor to have you here at the gala and in India with us. I am truly grateful for your partnership and your support, but I'm especially grateful for the mentorship that you offer our teams. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.